Here's a story about how I got stabbed by a shoplifter while working at Walmart. July 29th, 2006. Palmdale, California. Or as I like to call it, Pompton. So I'd worked at Walmart for about 3 years at this point. I was one of the few employees that carried a walkie-talkie, and my manager every so often would call us to the front or whatever department he was having an issue with a customer or shoplifter in, and would have us escort them out. And we'd tell them when we got there, you can leave either the easy way or the hard way.
Go, Sonny, we can do this the easy way or the hard way.
The easy way.
My wife was working with me at Walmart at this point as well. She told us that one of these times, you guys are going to get a gun pulled on you, so you better stop running to the front of the store like a bunch of crazy maniacs. So that night, I was working in the housewares department, and the night started off like any other night. Down stacking my freight, throwing it down the aisles, making a big old mess before I threw it up on the shelves. Not like threw it up, put it up on the shelves. When I put the items... You're picking up what I'm putting down. Or I was picking up what I was putting down. I don't know. Anyways, I was putting freight on the shelves. Minding my own business.
Mind your business.
Had another guy working with me. 2 teenage boys walked up to us, or walked up to the gentleman I was working with, and started having a conversation with them. I went back to work, continued doing what I was doing. It was none of my business what they were talking about.
Mind your business.
So about 10 or 15 minutes after the boys left, we heard a page over the intercom. All male associates to the front of the store. So after the urgent page over the PA, I got ready to start running to the front of the store, but quickly remembered what my wife had said to me days prior and started walking.
Hey, no running in the holes.
Now, by no means am I blaming any of this on my wife. I just had to make that clear. So I started heading towards the front of the store, going down the main aisle, and all of a sudden felt like someone ran into the back of me as hard as they could. And as I staggered and tried to figure out what was going on, I recognized one of the teens that was just talking to my coworker earlier. And as he zoomed past me, running down the main aisleway, a female customer poked her head out of the aisle and he punched her right in the face. And I was like, what in the world is going on right now? Why did he punch me in the back? Why did he punch that girl? And right after that, one of the girls I was working in the health and beauty department ran up to me and was like, oh my gosh, John, he stabbed you in the back. And I was a little puzzled. I'm like, I don't think he did. And I reached back to feel my back and I was like, oh yeah, there's blood all over my hand. Maybe I should go sit down somewhere. So I went over to the closest pallet to me that had a few short boxes sitting on it, and went and took a seat, and pulled out my walkie-talkie, and I was like, yeah, I'm over here in the pharmacy department. Someone just stabbed me in the back. And I waited. I was like, I know I sound calm, but yeah, I just got stabbed in the back. And my manager responds, John? I'm like, oh yeah, this is John. I'm over here in pharmacy. I'm okay. I got stabbed in the back, but I think I'm okay. As I'm sitting there holding my back, thinking that I'm gonna bleed out, I hear from behind me, I'm a nurse, and I'm like, what? And then from the other side I hear, I'm a paramedic. I'm like, what? I'm like, I think I just got stabbed in the luckiest spot in the store. I'm in the pharmacy department. I got a nurse on one side and a paramedic on the other. I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna be okay. So they started grabbing gauze and Vaseline and bandages and stuff off the shelf. I guess for a puncture wound, you put Vaseline on it and it stops bleeding. Pro tip. Now I should also note, I think I mentioned my wife was working at the store at this point as well, but she was about 9 months pregnant at this point, and I guess a few of the employees that were with me at the time went over to her at the cash register. The cash register? The cash register that she was running. And yes, actually there were cash registers open at that time at Walmart. It was 2006, so they still had people working registers. But anyways, they went over to her and they said, after this customer, we need you to get off your register. So-and-so here is going to take over. And she's like, what's going on? They're like, well, we'll tell you when you're off your register. Just finish up this customer and we'll tell you. And she's like, weirded out. She's like, okay, what the heck? And so she gets off the register and she's like, what's going on? And they're like, come over here. We'll tell you. Come sit down, have a seat. We'll tell you what's going on. So she's already freaked out at this point. Like, what in the world is going on right now? Apparently she hadn't seen any of the commotion of what was going on or people running past or anything like that. She was in her own world checking out customers. But they tell her, it's John. He's been stabbed. And she's like, well, what? Thinking that I'm dead at this point or dying somewhere. So she takes off running to come find me. And finds me sitting down, already patched up pretty much. And she calmed down slightly after that. Didn't go into labor, luckily. So they put me in one of those nifty Walmart wheelchairs and wheeled me up to the front registers. And paramedics got there by this time and wanted to take off the gauze at the random paramedic and the random nurse had put on my back so they could take some pictures. And they informed me that there's news crews outside, so do I want to lay down or sit up so the news can see me? And I'm like, absolutely not. I want to lay down. I do not want to be on the news for being the guy that got stabbed at Walmart. So they get me put in the ambulance, get an IV in me, take me to the hospital, and they ran a MRI. Turns out the knife just went straight this way and hit my ribs. Didn't cause any other damage, just broke skin and muscle basically, and they were just gonna put some gauze on my back with some tape and send me home because apparently puncture wounds are supposed to leak or something like that so they don't get infected. I'm not sure the science behind it, but that's what they did. Didn't need to stitch it or anything, but I'll throw up a picture of my puncture wound here right after it happened. One of the teen boys that ran towards the front of the store apparently was going out the grocery entrance, which was the only entrance open at that point. I don't know why he didn't go out an emergency door or anywhere else at that point besides the main entrance that every employee was waiting at. But turns out a buddy of mine, I still talk to him to this day, was standing off to the side smoking a cigarette because he heard the page over the intercom and he's like, I'm just gonna go hang out outside, smoke a cigarette, wait for whatever chaos is coming, and stand there and smoke. And so as soon as the kid got to the front of the door, he stepped out and just clotheslined this kid and tackled him, and a few other guys jumped on him, tackled him, and apparently in the scuffle, the guy that clotheslined him got cut on the side. He was another one that got hurt that night, and there was another guy that tried to tackle him at the front register before he got out of the store and got stabbed, I think, a couple times in the head or the ear, and maybe once or twice in the back. But there was about 3 people, I think, that got stabbed or cut some way that night by that kid. Turns out they were trying to steal shotgun shells and shoes, and what they'd been doing in sporting goods was threatening the associate working over there with a baseball bat for the shotgun shells, which I don't think are even locked up. I think they're just sitting straight on the shelf, so I'm not sure what their thinking was there, but that's how he deterred them from beating them with a bat. Was he's like, the shotgun shells are right here on the shelf, like, put the bat away, you don't need that. But anyways, I think the kid's still in jail. Last time I looked him up, I think there was 4 people total. There was 2 in the store, and then there's 2 out in a car waiting. And I think they were going to go shoot up a party that they had tried to go to, and they wouldn't let them in. But yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching my goofy story about the time I got stabbed at Walmart. And I got tons of other Walmart stories. If you guys would like to hear them, I can post them up here. Just let me know in the comments below. For the 12 people that are watching this video. Thanks, guys. Word of advice while working at Walmart. Watch your back.